That is a beaut. Xtool says you can master welds in 1 hour and 10 times efficiency. Let's see how long it actually takes us to get to that first weld. A+ for the packaging. Serious. They know these all get shipped overseas and they are packaged just for that. Well done. Yes, I did read through the startup guide and the safety manual, and they make this pretty much foolproof. As if each individual cable had a different type of connection, they are also all numbered. They did a great job to making it beginner friendly. If you are in the US of A, listen up, and that's because they do provide you with a nice extra long tubing, which is 10 millimeter. Now, yes, you can go online and get really any metric fittings you need or want, or if you're like me and already have a bunch of other fittings, say a 3/8, guess what? That will work. The 3/8, I mean, technically the 10 millimeters are slightly bigger, but it does push in there. If you get it in there all the way, it's not coming out. So I already had a 3/8 barbed end fitting to go into my regulator. Works like a charm. Yes, we should go to the metric. So much easier. I know. I actually looked this up before I got it. It said a 6-50P. Perfect. That is the type of plug I've got in my garage, and that's also the very common one for welders. I get my machine, I pull out the plug. This is not a 6-50, it's a 6-30. It is 6, yep. And so starting it up within 1 hour, that's out the window. I did continue on installing the wire just so we can get everything ready to go. Dual drive rollers, I love it. Yes, wire setup is very similar to a traditional welder in that you have a spool of wire. It gets fed through the drive rollers. Make sure that you are using the same size as the wire. I have 0.8 millimeter, and so thus I have the 2 rollers with the 0.8 millimeter size on them. Really, you could just follow the steps on the inside of the machine and you are set. I absolutely love the controls on top of the wire feed system to allow you to adjust the feed in and out, and it also has a more precise wire feed on the gun itself. My adapter showed up the next day, so now we can finally turn on the machine. Oh, nice adapter. The first time starting up the machine, you actually have to watch a safety video. And yes, it makes you watch the entire video before it gives you the top secret bomb codes.
And create a cone of radiation.
Before we get off to welding, we need to check the reference focus length. It's pretty simple, it's right there on the machine. Match that with the actual nozzle, and that the red dot, which is not the actual laser, that's just a reference dot laser. Make sure that that is right where you want it and it's not skewed to the left or the right. Easy adjustments if it is, and now we can finally get to welding. Almost. So safety first, and they do give you a nice pair of welding gloves if you got a little smaller hands. These feel like they might only be mediums. I got some bigger hands, so my fingers don't fit all the way, but that's okay because I have this pair of Art Captain welding gloves, and if you take note, they're the exact same pair of gloves, except they say Art Captain and these say Xtool. One of the questions I guarantee I will get is, can you use a traditional welding helmet? No, you cannot. Welding, it puts off a bright light with a little UV, versus lasers, it puts off a certain type of wavelength, light wavelength, and so these are special glasses or a special hood that actually block that certain length. I can't remember what length it is. I know it says it right here somewhere. So this one blocks 800 to 900 nanometers, and then there's also another 900 to 1100 nanometers. Regardless, whatever it is, you need either the glasses or the hood, not a traditional helmet. I'm really chomping at the bit to throw down that first weld, so I'm just gonna go straight up with the standard settings. And this screen, it's very intuitive. I'm just gonna go with carbon steel, 1/8 inch, and don't forget, these 2 little buttons down here at the bottom. Of course, I don't have the machine hooked up right now. This is just to show you. As soon as you're ready, you click those 2 buttons and you are set. tacking up some 1/8 inch coupons for a fillet weld on a T-joint. Now this first one is rolling out nicely. Now for some reason I had a little start-stop issue in the middle, but overall, turning out to be a great weld. These two are my very first beads, and they look amazing. So how long did it take? Well, obviously I had to stop and go buy that adapter, but the next day, all time included, from when I opened the box to when I laid that bead, I was sitting at about 45 minutes. This is a freaking amazing weld with good penetration. I don't know what else you can ask for. I can already see the comments coming in on, hey, that's a pretty weld, but is it really worth anything? So to go along with that penetration, I did another test just on one side, 1/8 inch, just did one fillet joint, and that was it. And well, I'd say after giving it a beating and it bent over with no weld breakage, yeah, it's a pretty good weld. So that previous one was 1/8 inch, and I switched over to some 1/16 inch. Now, if you want to talk about penetration, still with the standard settings, I freaking welded those pieces to the table. So does it have good penetration? Yeah, a little too much. Now the max it says it can go is 0.2, and well, I've only got some 1/4 inch, so let's roll with it. Now first off, with all the smoke that was coming off this one, I actually thought that maybe I was running out of gas, but that's not the case. It's just that the laser requires a very clean prepped surface. It doesn't like any of that mill scale, and so keep that in mind. You gotta prep it very nicely, or you do get some of this little black smoke coming off it. So that first one went down okay. I actually tweaked the settings just a little bit, turned up those frequencies, and the second pass actually turned out very nice. And yet again, I didn't have that much confidence in this one, but looking at the end profile, check that out. I know it's not a true cutting edge test, but not even needed. You can clearly see the penetration right on the end for this one. Definitely check the box for mastering those welds. On to testing out 10 times efficiency. And I'm not quite sure where they pull this number from, because actually on the website itself, they've got this little table there comparing it to TIG welding, and their end result only shows 4 times efficient. So I don't know. I mean, I still want to test it out, so I've got a simple little lap joint with my TIG welding. Now keep in mind, I've TIG welded a lot more than I have laser welded, but I am by no means a professional TIG welder. So maybe that's a great comparison, a brand new newbie laser welder to a okay guy in the garage TIG welding. Is it 10 times faster? Absolutely not. But yes, the laser weld looks 10 times better than my TIG weld, so maybe that's where they're getting it from. Switching over to the cleaning is a breeze. Seriously, all you got to do is switch out the tip. Throwing everything I can in front of it, it's cleaning it right away. Game changer for those non-flat items like the bolt threads, angled pieces, anything that you can't get a flapper disc or, grinder wheel into, this cleans it up amazing. And it cuts. Now it actually does say it can cut better with pure oxygen. Now I've only got argon and I was already running out. It says you can use compressed air, so that's what I went with. I just made sure that it is clean, dry air. And I was able to cut, 1/8 inch and smaller like butter. I did bump it up to some 1/4 inch, and yeah, I mean, it cut, but it was kind of ugly. So I will attribute that to my shaky hand and not using the right gas. I'm still just blown away about how amazing these welds look. So Mastering welds within an hour? Yes, knocks that out of the park. Now, Xtool did not pay for this video, and so to help me out, if you do decide to get one, I've got the affiliate link in the description. Check it out. See you next time.